Oh, hi, everybody. Welcome back.
Welcome back to Montys Podcast.
In no particular order. We'll be transparent. We're recording a bunch because I'm about to go overseas, but I think they're not going to be in any order.
No.
I think, apart from the one we definitely want to go tomorrow that we haven't even recorded yet.
Also, you say that, but Lincoln was assuming that he would edit the first one we recorded while we're doing this one to put tomorrow, and then I was like, that's not what your plan is.
No, it was the plan, but we ran out of time.
Yeah.
Anyway.
True, yeah.
So, and because we're recording a bunch together and we're particularly lazy and we run out of things to say at the best of times, we've decided the best way to fill in the gaps of our conversation was to invite some guests. Oh, okay. I thought I should point it at my mouth. Side address. Bloody hell. Is that a technical term?
You look like you need somewhere to, like, it's just a little bit too low, that couch. You need to be hanging your legs, swinging them.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, like a child.
Fuck you. Anyway, so we had a shout out, asked people to recommend somebody or to
Put the hand up.
put their hand up. So we had a number of people put their hand up. And unfortunately, we're going to be celebrant heavy over the episodes. They're not all celebrants, but there's many of them. And this guest that I'm going to introduce is from I was going to say rival podcast, but rival wouldn't be the right term.
No, you wouldn't say that.
Because you might have seen a clip of them last week trying to put shit on us, but you'd have seen it because we shared it. Other than that, I don't know where you would have seen it. But having said that, and look, in any animosity,
I honestly, not take the piss, I can't remember what their podcast is called. I only saw it because we got tagged in it.
And so any animosity I show towards that podcast, I want to be clear, is directed at our guest.
What's it called?
Not his.
You don't know either.
I do know.
What is it?
Not his co-host, who, when he decided to throw a few bombs last week, looked like she was going to faint. So we've got Adam Sini with us from the Left on Wed podcast.
That's it. I did know.
Hello, Adam.
I feel like I've just walked into a fire that I
You lit
myself.
yourself? Yeah.
And you're still pissing fuel onto it.
Yeah, go fuck yourself, mate.
Yeah, go fuck yourself as well. Hello.
Yeah.
Hi, mate.
Thank you for having me.
I'd also like to say that, in that clip you may or may not have seen where he shit on our podcast. No, sorry. I think he said the podcast was fine and then proceeded to spend 5 minutes going, who wears sunglasses inside? Get over yourself. I actually forgot my sunglasses, the coloured glasses today, and went, fuck it, I'm just going to go the black ones because I'm going to double down because fuck that guy.
I actually can't see your eyeballs.
Good.
So now I can't see your eyebrows or your eyeballs.
I actually said the one.
You just need a cane and you complete the look.
That's real ableist, man. I wouldn't say that. But I did say the one we just recorded an episode a moment ago, and it was the first one I've ever done without glasses on, and the light's incredibly bright without glasses on. It's just so you can see our lovely faces. I
So
guess.
is that it? You're wearing it because there's studio lights.
No, he's
No,
only
today
just
I'm
noticed.
wearing them as a fuck you to you.
Yeah, you're not fucking Bono. Seriously, I did bring some sunglasses, and I thought I'll be honest with you. When I walked in here, I was thinking to myself, do I come in here and just double down, or do I come in here and be like, solidarity, I'm gonna wear sunglasses with Monty? But that fucking intro, fuck you, Monty. Seriously,
I'm feeling
I
attacked.
mean, to be honest,
it's not even at me.
if I had those glasses in my pocket, I wouldn't wear them either.
Dylan's got the same. They're Pradas. Well, they're Barley Pradas.
Yeah.
yeah, those are $7 from Kmart. Those bad
Yeah,
boys.
no,
Yeah.
they're overpriced.
Hey, look, you mentioned Georgia. If you want to have a look it up, it's good. It gives real wedding tips, bite-sized tips for people getting hits. You can find it on anywhere you get your
How
podcast.
much did she
any
pay you to
platform.
plug the podcast? Fucking hell.
I'm not going to lie to you.
That's right, we can
I
go.
was going to say Lincoln.
Cut it.
Just beep.
I also...
Yes. The theme song over anywhere he mentions his own podcast.
I went out today, and I'm going to litter it as many times as I can, so it's really fucking hard for you. I went out today, and I was going to go get some merch written all over it as well. So
Do you have merch, or you're going to get it made?
I was going to go get it made just for you
Amazing.
guys.
Well, we're one step ahead of you, mate. We got merch en route.
Do you?
Yeah,
Do we?
We
Did
do.
you get it made?
They're ordered.
For real?
One in
What'd you
every
get?
size.
Amazing. Oh, you'll have to
One?
wait and see.
You'll have to wait and see.
Just one in every size?
Well, we'll just so we can test them, and then
One,
and then
one
get
for
some
every person that actually
pre-orders.
listens to your podcast.
Actually, this might be
Yeah.
perfect.
Ooh.
This one, I said to Lincoln, they'll be here in about 2 weeks, which means this one we're recording should be when we launch it. But Hope's going to drop a link in the bio or something where you can pre-order.
Like you know what the fuck Hope's going to do.
But she's on it, and you can pre-order your two Montys merchandise. There's hats and there's t-shirts.
Oh my God. What week? Can you
Did
tell
you
me
get the
what week
puffy
it comes
hat?
out?
The puffy print hat?
Puffy hats are coming, and
yeah.
and the t-shirts. What week?
Yeah.
Well, when people are listening to this, driving to wherever they're driving, hell probably, they can jump onto the link that's in the bio, wherever the fuck that is, out the stink probably, and they can order their merchandise.
Can I have one?
You can
You
buy
can't have
one.
one. You can buy one.
Tight
Oh,
ass.
we're recording our podcast in a few weeks. If you give me one, I'll wear it during a record of my podcast.
Well, hopefully it's all here in time. Yeah.
that wasn't a firm yes that I could have.
No, mate,
Point that
correct.
out. Georgia really wanted to come, by the way.
Did she?
She wasn't invited.
I told her about this. She's like, I'll drive down from Port Macquarie, and I said literally
Oh,
that.
no,
They
no,
asked me
no,
to
She
no.
come.
didn't meet the
No, we'd be-
criteria. She wasn't
We'd be-
savage enough.
No,
in
and
her-
I will say we'd be happy to have Georgia on at any time. But driving from Port Macquarie is a wild move to
Yeah.
come here.
Yeah.
I'm 4 minutes away, and I was still wondering whether I was going to come or not.
Yeah.
down the road.
So you did say you had a lot prepared. So
Yeah.
we're just
Yeah.
Oh,
after
really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I'm just trying to throw.
Oh, he's
him.
done nothing.
Yeah.
I really thought about this. No, you literally said before you started recording, if you got anything, you better do. And I just looked at my phone at notes that I have for my podcast,
Oh, no, hang on. No.
which is called
No free advertising here, mate.
Platform.
Oh fuck! I'm
Oh,
over it.
No. You told
Instagram,
me
YouTube, yeah.
we recently were together at the Bimbadgin Open Day.
Oh.
Bimbadgin Palmer's Lane. No, not that story. We'll get to that story.
Oh my God,
which
yes.
he already knows.
Everyone playing at home, I'm so excited for you.
No, but there was something else that you told me, and then we talked about the podcast, and you said, I'll save it for the podcast.
Yeah.
Go.
I was wondering why, and Bimbadgin is a great venue, by the way, very top class. I went to the toilet. A celebrant or like a vendor is usually the first person at the venue on site. And I went to the toilet because I needed to do a shit before everyone came. And as I look at the toilet
You didn't
paper,
think this was coming, did you?
as I look at the toilet paper, there's a little, they've done one of those nice little triangles
Yeah.
folded into the toilet paper. And then I'm the first person that sees it, some Dero that's just walked in that you're about to find out about, and I wipe my ass with the triangle, and then it's gone. So I'm wondering, why does anyone bother, especially the wedding venue, putting a triangle in the toilet paper when the first person to use it is someone like me?
Oh my God, this is
No
perfect.
guest ever sees it.
One of my mates, Pete, this is his party trick. At other people's houses,
Oh, that's good.
every time he goes to the bathroom, folds the triangle, you turn the tap on and off real quick so that it's moist on the bloody end of the tap, and you hold the roll underneath it, and it puts the stamp into the top of the toilet
Can
roll,
I-
which is what they do at hotels.
Not
Then
only-
he puts it back on the holder, and the host then at the end of the night, all these people like the rest of the guests think there's a maid that's come in between each shit, and then the host is like, getting all of these compliments about how neat and tidy the bathroom is, and he's just there pissing himself because every time he goes,
That's
fold and
brilliant.
stamp, back on the roll.
Our cleaner at my home comes every Wednesday, Kimmy's Cleaning Services. They do it.
Yeah.
Every time they leave, I come in and we have 3 loos at our premises, and each one has the triangle. And I don't think they do it under the tap, but they obviously have some sort of.
That's how they do it.
You reckon?
Yep, 100%.
Really? I thought it was just a folding, like an origami thing.
No, well,
That's
it's
just
folded, but then exactly
Ah.
like you said, it's like there's like a little circular stamp and it's stuck down.
Yeah, right.
I thought they must have had like a little.
No, so you like just so that
Are you telling me they're taking my toilet rolls off
and
taking them to the basin, pressing them, and putting them back?
Yep.
Wowza.
Wow.
Lincoln's over there nodding.
Yep,
He knows.
Yep.
I don't know what his knowledge of
He's an
toilet
old roll
roll.
stamper from way back.
Can't link in the toilet roll stamper.
Hey, a cleaner in 3 bathrooms. Hey,
Yeah.
business is good.
Listen, if you've been to my
Jesus.
house, it's heaps less impressive than it sounds.
Yeah, okay.
One toilet
Doesn't have a fucking door.
doesn't have a door and looks directly at the oven. One toilet used to be an outhouse, and it's
Yeah.
in a laundry outside, which has been hello Aussie to the house by the previous owner. And we built a granny flat, and that's the nicest one.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so while it sounds impressive, it's not at all.
That's where you watch your baking. If you put in a cake in, you do.
Yeah, we actually do have it. It's not actually on the toilet. I'm sure she probably wouldn't be thrilled to be telling her this story, but
Your lovely wife.
yeah. When we first moved in, because it's an old place, the way that the bathroom and the toilet is designed, it was all a bit bullshit. And the people before us had put in, because it's quite tight, there's no room for a swinging door. So they'd put like this shitty like concertina number on it. And
you can't put a cavity slider on it.
yeah, because it's
like,
into the next room. It's the way it's shaped. But anyway, we'd been talking about getting rid of this concertina that was into the loo. And then one night, and I'm cocking this story up because I don't exactly remember, but she was in a rush to go to the loo to have a leak, and I think was sneezing at the same time. And, ladies out there who have had children and involved
so
sneezing.
she's already going to the loo.
There's a lot happening. And then I think she like half tripped as she was kind of dashing for the loo and went head first through the concertina door.
Oh.
And we went,
So she's.
I guess we're
like
taking that door off now.
How funny for you though.
Oh, mate, I didn't stop laughing
all
for
over
2
the
hours.
floor,
No,
and-
there wasn't piss all over
And
the
she's
floor.
there like a frill-neck lizard.
No. She didn't go through it. She knocked it
I
off
feel
the...
like you're printing up this story for her sake as well. There was piss all over the floor.
There was definitely not piss all over the
There
floor.
was shit all over the floor.
Yeah, no. But it was just this comedy of errors that resulted in her falling through, knocking the door off, and we went, well, I guess that's off now, and you've almost pissed your
I
pants.
never thought it would have been Kate that
No.
was responsible for damaging a door.
No.
I thought you would have
No, and so
Hulk-handed it
now,
off the wall when you're
where
pissed.
our kitchen is, we have like a barn door that slides across and blocks off that whole area. That type of thing. But anyway, that's enough about my toilet.
No, that's lovely.
He did 3 toilets, and there's a robot that comes between the oven and the toilet. So it's chicken nuggets. straight in.
Yeah.
Whilst you're on the toilet?
Yeah,
There's
that's
something
it.
wrong about eating whilst on the toilet as well, right?
I've done it.
R2D2.
I've done it.
It's coming-
I've done it.
I've done it as well, but it doesn't feel right.
No.
Eating on the toilet?
Yeah, I've done it.
Why did that not come up when I got in trouble for answering the phone whilst doing a dookie?
There was no need to throw myself under the bus, Renee.
Drink.
You can't answer the phone whilst you're on the toilet. That's wrong as well. That's blasphemous.
Yeah. Which is what he's saying.
No, you can't do it.
No.
I'm multitasking.
No, in saying I've eaten on toilet, I reckon I've done it like once or twice, and it's a 4 o'clock in the morning. I've just gotten home from a huge night, and I have a kebab.
Yeah.
And I've got several tasks.
One in, one out.
I've got several tasks that need taking care of at the same time.
You are an animal.
I have been and probably will be again.
All right. Well, you've got some stories.
Oh, well, no, we could probably both speak to it, I think. So there's 2. We spoke about the Bin Badgin Open Day, and my 2 favourite things probably from that whole day were, so Adam, Bin Badgin, they've got a lot of beautiful ceremony spots around the place, and they kind of cleverly set up several vendors of each variety at each spot, so that when people walked around to look at the ceremony site, there might be a photographer and a musician and a celebrant all there, so they could talk to them. We're all split up, yada yada yada. Adam, whose business name is
Married by Adam.
was placed down near. Was left down near. There's a lovely dam site where they've got a jetty, and you can get married by there, and that's where they put "Married by Adam" with his sign that said "Married by
I
Adam."
forgot about this story. Yeah.
I love it.
And a punter got confused because they thought his sign said "Married by a dam."
And I was literally by a dam. I wasn't even standing there. That my niche is just doing weddings by bodies of water. But not any body of water must be a dam.
Yeah. This
Wow.
is a full-time job, but I'll only do them by dams.
Yeah. And if you plan it by a dam and then there's a wet weather on the day and you move it, I am out.
Yeah.
It's in the contract.
Unless there's
Yeah.
heaps of wet weather and a big puddle forms somewhere else,
Yeah.
I'll go and
And
stand
if it's
next to
classified
that.
as a dam, I'll be there. Yeah.
And of course, the other absolute clanger, which
Humans
came,
really are the dumbest form of
Oh,
fucking
mate.
civilization and life.
but it came from Adam didn't know this at the time until and the person who relayed the story, I think, didn't want to say it to him for fear of being unkind. And I was like, fuck that, it's hilarious.
Yeah, I know. You know, when you walk into a circle, by the way, and it's him and Monty, and you can tell they've been talking about you, and Monty's like, no, tell him the story. He'll be right with it. And he's like, oh, fuck.
So it's Jeremy Bell who will appear in some of these episodes coming up.
Yeah.
'Cause he's going to, well...
If he turns up.
I was going to say, he's on the agenda to speak tomorrow. Let's just see if he turns up.
Bets on.
It's fitty.
You're gonna talk about that, right?
Yeah, sure, of course.
All right.
Yeah.
But so, and Adam, if anybody's seen him online, has a style and a brand and all of that, and was dressed in that manner in a lovely light summer shirt and whatever.
You were
Down
dressing this up a lot.
Very, very much so.
No, but I'm the same thing. I'm there in sneakers and jeans.
Yeah.
And I was going to say esteemed colleague, but esteemed's not the word I'd use either.
He thinks he's esteemed by the way he was dressed.
But he
as
was
well.
out at the front of the venue in his sports coat and trousers, looking very professional, which is great for him.
Yeah.
And a couple came and saw him at the end, and they said, "Oh, at least you're dressed, nicely and presented well, not like that fucking hobo down by the dam."
He said by a dam, actually.
That hobo down by a dam.
And I thought I dressed up that day as well. That was me at my best. I thought I looked really nice. I went home to my wife.
I think you told us your wife dressed you.
She did dress me. She told me what to wear. She
thought
dressed
you
me
looked-
today for the record
God,
as well.
I thought you looked fine, more than fine, mate. More
you
than
so
fine.
much.
So was it flannel?
No, I was just wearing a nice
like
button up. I had
yeah.
sneakers and jeans on,
Yeah.
but I looked
Much
like
like
a
this,
bit of
but
a hobo.
like a button-up shirt, but it was,
Yeah.
a cotton kind of hippie-ish, slight scent of patchouli about it. But apart from that,
What about the same one? It was probably an hour before the open day was meant to actually finish, and there were still couples walking around.
did you get the inquiry from them?
Yes,
were you
I
not
did.
Great.
Yes, I did. There were still couples walking around, and then one person from Bimbadgen comes up to Monty and goes, "Oh,
The three of us were there. Me, you, and Jeremy
Yes,
were standing
that's right.
there drinking and talking.
yeah, we were in the circle, and they were like, are you a celebrant?" And like, yeah. There's a couple over there, and they've gone to every celebrant booth at Bimbadgen.
And there's not a
Open Day.
celebrant
There's
at
not
any
one
of them.
celebrant. They're all standing in a circle having a beer with each other. It's like,
That's
can you go over
standard
and
at
talk to
every
these
open
people?
day we've ever been to.
Yeah.
So I leave 6-foot cardboard cutouts of myself there and a box of frangers. Sort yourself out.
Yeah, that's good.
But so I went over to speak to them, and then I was talking to them, and we were making a bit of a joke, and I'm like, "Sorry, you couldn't find anybody. It's towards the end of the day." Go, look, I do a thing like this. Those two fellas over there, it's Jeremy and Adam. They do, we're slightly different in style, but we all do something similar. They saw me pointing at them, so they start coming over, and I'm going, "Don't come over. I don't want to talk to you.
No, go fuck yourself.
Fuck
Go.
off. Go away." But so then the three of us stood around this couple and their baby in like this semicircle while we all talked at them. And then I said to the lady, like, "Do you want to go? Like, are we trapping you here in this circle? Like, Jeremy, move over and let her out if she wants to." But it was obviously a successful technique because by the time I got home, I had an inquiry from them. But I wasn't available on that
They
day.
emailed me and said, "Hey," I think they said,
Hey, hobo.
they literally said, "Hey, our first choice Monty wasn't available, so we went down the list to you. You're number 2." No joke. That's what they emailed me
Yeah,
as
but
well.
they were very, like, when I talked to them, they were like, no, we're not super romantic.
Yeah.
We're probably going to talk about how each other's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, and I go, "Oh, well, we're the
You're
right
the guy.
people. We're
Yeah,
the,
your
well,
vibe.
not only me, but
Yeah.
like, we're the people for you." And that's when I was like, those two guys, the same wavelength.
Hey, we
like,
weren't
everything
planning on
fine.
getting married by a dam, but
yeah.
I
you're
guess we'll do.
available.
Yeah. No, that's why they came to me first. And then they've emailed him and said,
Our on-land celebrant.
"Yeah,
is
we're
not
not getting married by a dam, but is there any chance that you would consider moving for the day?"
What about we're all in this circle making absolute tits of ourselves, and then you're like, surely there's some other celebrants around here that are normal, and you look over and there's V Weddings. I don't know.
V, from Ben and V.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
And she's on the gelato bike.
She's on the gelato bike. And we're like, she's a celebrant as well.
Oh, I missed a good open day.
It was a good day.
It's good.
Was a good day.
Yeah.
Good old
And then,
Bimbadgen.
and then a few of us went and, I don't think you did, but a few of us went and had a quick schnitzel and a
No,
couple
I
of
asked
beers.
everyone where you're going after. They said, "Oh, we're all going home," so I went home.
Yeah. There was no dams out there, so. We had Harrigan's for a quick pint of Guinness and a schnitzel, and then came home.
Oh, that
It was a good
sounds
day.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah. Delicious. I had fish and chips, actually. I didn't have a schnitzel.
Oh, wonderful.
Anyway.
Fuck, riveting content here.
I was about to say really scraping the bottom of the
Really
barrel.
great content on Left on Wed here.
You can't cut Monty out. It's his podcast. Keep that in.
No, keep it in. Yeah. And next I had for lunch
Do you want to see my list of things I can't say on my podcast?
Oh, that was the other thing we were going to talk about.
fun.
No, there was something else, though, that you were going to tell me. And you said, well, if I come on the podcast, I'll talk about it there.
Yeah,
Maybe
dear
it was
God,
the toilet
that's out of
paper
my
thing.
brain.
Yeah, I know. That's why you need a list of notes.
Well, these are things that I've
Is
just...
it a bunch of cuss words?
What's our time?
Yeah,
looking
we
like,
don't...
mate? Great.
We don't swear, so I've put in a lot of fucks. Can you say the C word during this podcast?
Have you? Obviously hasn't listened.
Really?
Yeah, I think there's a whole episode called cunt.
Really? Okay. All right. So, I was at a wedding, and this has that word in it, so I'm going to use it for effect. I'm so excited. I
This
hope
has
Georgia
that
doesn't
word in
listen to
it.
this podcast as well. I try...
Bring your child to podcast day.
I try and swear on my
Oi,
podcast,
oi.
and Georgia gets it beeped out.
That's not the view I was looking for.
Did you like it, though? Okay. Do you want to hear a story or not? For God's
I
sake.
guess.
Everyone,
Yeah,
for
go.
a second, shut up and listen to me. All right. I forgot what I was going to say.
What a cunt.
The end.
Oh, I was at a venue. You wouldn't get this podcast. That's real. Okay, I was at a wedding at a venue that I don't really go to anymore.
Why?
Oh, there's another story there.
Yeah. Why?
it's-
What is it?
I'm
us.
not going to say what it is.
We shit on everyone all the time.
But it's it's just one that has a little bit of a tax if I get an inquiry for it now.
Right.
I'll tell you later.
a tax.
A
A
tax.
tax.
An extra fee added to it. So he
Oh,
charges
sorry,
this
sorry.
much.
Got it.
Yeah, no, he's not getting attacked.
No. I thought you meant you had to pay them to go there. Like as in...
No, they have to pay him to go there.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm confused. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a venue where they'd served. I was emceeing, and they'd served all the mains. And did you want to play footsies with me?
No.
No, okay. And there was nobody in the room. It was a 150-person wedding. There was literally probably grandma and mum were eating, and they were like, "Okay, can you go outside and tell everyone that food's on the table?" I'm like I've already done it. They all know. Like, just go one more time. So I just go outside, like yelling, "Hey everyone, food's on the table. Come on inside and eat." And no one listens to me. And one guy just beelines to me, comes straight up to me and goes, "Mate, we're all on the fucking bags. We don't want any of your food. You cunt!" Like that. I was just like, holy crap. Just went inside
wow.
the venue manager went, "They're all having lots of and don't want any of your food."
Oh, you can't.
Oh,
That's the C word. No, man. Wow. Now, great. This is the one episode we get cancelled on from this.
I've got a story.
Oh, great.
Do you want me to call it something else?
No.
We can.
No, we can call it.
All right, great.
We'll probably have to beep it out somewhere.
I was at
anyway.
another one and I wanted to go, and the last thing
I think
to
on
do.
Insta we'll have to beep it out.
Do we? It was magic dust, magic sherbet. You can.
For those of you
Yeah,
who didn't hear, who
The
are not
Wire
amongst-
Wonder Dust.
Central. Lincoln said Central Coast dust.
And Lincoln, where are you from? No.
This wedding was on the Central Coast,
Obviously.
and yeah, the bride had to do her speech was the last thing, and I wanted to go home because it was the last thing I had to do. So I'm like, she's evading me the whole night, and I had to go up to her and be like, "Hey, let's do your speech. I really want it. Like, we got to do it. We're behind." And she was like, "I just need a little bit of something so I can do my speech." I'm like, "Right." She goes, "I've invited my dealer to the wedding," and I was like, "Right. Can you go talk to him?" And I'm like, "Okay, who is he?"
Can you go talk to him?
Me. And I wanted to go at this point. I don't know if I should tell this story. And she was like,
we're already here.
look out on the balcony. And it was the guy wearing the trench coat. He'd worn a trench coat to this woman's wedding.
Did he do this? Did he like open it up and have like
Yes. not lined. But I had
Yeah,
to go up
line,
to him
like
and be
with watches?
I literally had to babysit this bride and be like, "Hey," had to go to him, get her sherbet, then find the bride again, hold her hand, take her to the bathroom, wait, then take her hand, make her do her speech so I could go home. That's how much I wanted to
Wowza.
go home.
Fucking hell.
That is, it's a bunch of real revelations today.
I went
in the
above and beyond.
Episodes
for
we're
that
going
couple.
in. That's a good one. I've not done that.
No.
Neither. That
No,
was
I
a friend.
mentioned the closest I've done, and I've already talked about this on the podcast once before, but it was where it was before the reception started, and I was standing there with Sam from Silent Shout, just talking, and bloke come out of the toilet's like kind of distraught. And I go, "What's wrong, mate?" And he said, have you guys seen anyone coming in and out of this toilet? We're like, "Oh, we're not the toilet police, mate. We haven't been keeping an eye on it. What's going on?" And he said, my mate went in with a bag and he's left it in there for me to go in right after him. But I think someone's gone in between. It's gone." And then so I, when I was doing the housekeeping, I did all the normal housekeeping. And then I said, and there's just a lost and found policy here, folks. You know, if you've lost something and you need, go and see one of the staff. I'm sure they'll try and help you find it. And of course, if you found something that doesn't belong to you, perhaps you should ask some questions and find out where it came from. Anyway, that's it for me, folks. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, that's a way more subtle approach than what I took.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you find it difficult doing the podcast with him wearing sunglasses? You can't look into his eyes the whole time.
Nah, I haven't done it with these.
I'm not
ones
even
before.
awake.
Yeah, no, I don't look at him generally.
Yeah?
He's a liar. He does nothing but look at me.
Really? You know the chemistry in the room? You listen to the podcast.
Chemistry?
You can't feel the chemistry like when I'm here.
Why do you think I get so drunk?
It's so good. It's electric.
Why do you think I get you drunk?
It's electric in the room.
Have another drink, mate.
This is fantastic.
I'll drop you home.
And then, you just fucking up me. No, I don't. Well, since I found out he's got no eyebrows, actually, that was on my list. I forgot. I was gonna bring you a treat.
Holy shit! Where are your eyebrows?
You didn't know, did you?
No.
Nobody knows until you tell them, and then they go,
Wow.
"Fuck, you don't."
Yeah.
It's not true. I
No,
do.
you do. You can see.
I have like 6 hairs either side, and then now that I'm an old man, they go old man wild. And so there's like 4 hairs that just do this.
So he's basically done a flip. He's got pubes on his eyebrows, and he's just got these 2 perfect fucking sculpted ball brows.
Yeah.
Down
No.
below.
Yeah, and my dick's the nose. So they're just above with the very small nose. Yeah, so we talked about there's the practice that people do, mostly women, that get them tattooed on. So there's been some talk about whether I should do that, but he wants to like do the outline if I do, which I'm assuming I'll just look constantly very surprised.
Would you do it? Would you do it on a record?
Oh mate,
Get
that's a
someone
good
in here?
idea.
What, me tattooing you?
Not you, fuckhead.
You record it.
Yeah.
You have to do a podcast whilst you're getting your eyebrows tattooed.
Yeah, and I think
That'd be cool.
the reason I've floated it publicly is because it's one of those things that, like, if I just never said a thing and then just turned up with eyebrows one day, people would be going, "There's something different about
coming
you."
from the guy that ought to give a fuck what anyone thinks. He's very
That's about me.
sensitive about the
As if
eyebrows.
I'm so sensitive about the eyebrows. We talk about it constantly.
But you wanted public opinion whether you should get it or not.
Well, I'm just interested.
Put a poll up.
Yeah.
Look
Put
on
a poll up.
Montys Podcast. Yeah, it's up now on your Instagram.
I don't think he's into that.
There's a poll.
I don't even know anyone from Poland. You don't get this sort of witty repartee on
that was
Left on
quick
Wed.
as
That's
well.
a fucking
Yeah,
sure.
no, nothing like this. Just real tips about weddings.
Any other cuss words you want to throw
Real-
out before you...
Real tips about weddings.
Yeah. It's a real wedding podcast, my podcast. You know?
That's telling that you said my podcast too. Sorry, Georgia.
Yeah.
No, we love Georgia. Don't be like that, Georgia. Hi, Georgia.
Any other cuss words on your list you want to get out on this podcast?
Or any other story that involves,
oh, yeah, George, show have a look.
contraband.
I want him to bang through a list. And then...
Yeah, this is it. This is pick a good one. This
All
is
right,
it.
so what if these people...
Only because I was going to get Linga to edit it and put it to this way, that way. Don't worry.
You were gonna.
No, I was going to get Lincoln to edit it.
What do you do the editing of yours?
No, we have someone who does it.
Oh, you do have someone.
Yeah.
It's not Lincoln, obviously.
Yeah, Lincoln does it, but he's never told you.
I was I'm going to say.
I've seen your entire back end.
Yeah.
A back catalogue.
Yeah.
Also the podcast stuff.
Yeah, it's hairy. So, I was at a wedding recently. This was really recently. There's no swearing in
So
this.
recently. also recent couples of Adams.
No, please
Keep
don't.
your ears open.
Don't put this on. I'm actually...
Listen,
no,
listen,
I
stop,
actually
stop,
don't know.
stop.
No, fuck
Don't
him.
tell us a
No,
fucking...
I'm backpedaling.
Don't tell us a story not to put on.
I'm backpedaling. I don't know
So
if I
now
should tell
it's
this
not
story.
recently. I'm going to tell a story about between now and the last 5 years of weddings, or
Yeah, so we're going to forget that story. He's definitely not going to tell a story from recent times.
and another
But
story.
you must have another story, surely.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. This is a different story, and it wasn't recently.
You're
Yeah,
about as
great.
convincing as me for the first 18 years, mate.
All right, so I did a one, and I'm gonna change things slightly because I'm actually really scared of this one. So this guy, right? Lovely. He was the groom, had some face tats, but super nice. And I was talking, oh shit. I was talking to the photographer beforehand. I'm like, God, just talk to the groom. He's so nice, huh? Like, book doesn't match the cover. Like, so good. And the photographer leans in and he goes, yeah, that's because the bikies aren't at war at the moment. And I was like, bikies? And he's like, shh, don't say that word here. I was like, you said bikies. And he's like, shh, we're not having this conversation anymore. Do not say that word anymore at this wedding. And I'm just like stunned by like, I'm at a bikie wedding. Anyway, I do the whole wedding. It all goes sweet, so nice. And then after I emceed the reception, the groom comes outside and he looks right at me and he goes, hey, mate, loved what you did. So good. And then he like leans in and he goes, anything you ever need, anything, you just call me. Like that. I was like, holy shit.
A blowy would be all right.
5 minutes
No,
later,
he's
I was
still
in the
telling the
car.
story. He's still telling the story, mate. Don't interrupt him with your own personal request.
No,
The
that
bloke
was
still wants the
beautiful.
story.
That was my request to this guy.
That's how I got it.
No, that's it. I've got a hit, basically.
Yeah, right.
I've got a hit on someone.
Oh, you know what I like? I like that, my...
Can't swear in our podcast.
No, but, when he said, anything you want, you let me know, I immediately thought, like, I'll just take the drugs, obviously.
Yeah.
And you're like,
It's a
kill
hit.
someone.
It's a hit.
I'll fucking kill someone.
I'm going to kill someone. And I called my brother up, and my brother's going to hate me saying this as well.
And he said, look out, cunt. I'm going to bike after you.
The next call you get.
you see
Start
that red light
running.
on your forehead, motherfucker? You are born.
Yeah.
My brother's a criminal lawyer. And I'm like, hey, I just want to, what bikie gang do you represent? Because we may be at war. And he's like, I'm not affiliated with it. I'm like, come on, let me rattle them off. Comancheros, help just stop me.
There might be a real conflict of interest there.
Can't come to Christmas now.
We're on the wrong ends of this bikie war.
Yeah. Mum has to put up a no colours sticker in the thing. No 1%ers in here, thank you. All right, Lincoln's fucking prowling.
I'm about to explode here.
My podcast is far inferior to the two Montys Podcast.
A good podcast.
I wouldn't know if it was
We're
fantastic
on
coming on your
Spotify.
podcast, mate. We've never been invited.
We have never had a guest on our podcast, actually, and I would like to, on behalf of our podcast without Georgia here, invite you both on.
Where do you
as our
record it?
first- In Sydney.
Oh, goodbye.
No wonder you haven't had a fucking guess.
Yeah, I can see. Wait, you live here. She lives in Port Macquarie.
And we record in
let's
Sydney.
record in Sydney.
And I don't know
That's
if you know,
the sort
but
of fucking
Newcastle-
dimwits you'll find on the Left on Red podcast.
there's a lot of places between here and Port Macquarie that aren't Sydney.
Yeah. That's all I hear when I listen to this podcast. We're Montys and we wear sunglasses.
Thanks
for nothing, Adam.
Yeah, thanks for the beer.
Wowza.